What's up? I'm Amanda.
I'm Emily.
I'm Patricia.
And we are two moms, one mic.
We have we're basically in the presence of a celebrity.
No.
Yes, we are. We are.
Don't do
If you
You're so
are, whether
upside
you're
down,
watching
honestly.
this or hearing the voice, you know that we are in the presence of a local celebrity. We have Patricia, aka Von Moms. She is the mogul of moms in this area. And she's giving me such a dirty look right now, but
I'm humble. Honestly, guys. Honestly.
we love you,
Thank
okay?
you.
We love you. We basically grew
Yeah.
up with you. I remember you emceeing Ribfest.
Holy shit, that's
Yeah.
hard. Holy.
Yeah,
Like halfway through my career, yeah?
yeah, that was you
Wow.
were honestly the face of Vaughn. I really want to see it. You are.
It was a while ago. I started in 2011, 2010, 11. That's when
Yeah.
I started. And back then it was tweet ups and it was Facebook was the thing.
Yeah, I mean you have one of the biggest
Facebook.
Facebook
How many people
groups.
are in that group?
The group is 12,005.
Yeah.
But I'm very stingent on who gets into the group.
Mhm.
I literally have to profile everybody as much as I can. There's only
Yeah.
so much I can do.
Yeah.
And even then, there's all kinds of people in there. But it's so satisfying when I hit delete, block, and you're gone. Bitch. Sorry, it's because you see the rules. You've been in there a while. Don't advertise. One rule. I have one
Yeah.
rule. Don't advertise.
Yeah, it's not the place.
You
If
know
you
what I
want to
mean?
do that, there's literally
But
100.
it's satisfying. It's deep block. Bye, bitch. It's good. But okay,
That could be its own topic
Yeah.
in itself. That one we will title "Removing the Negative Energy."
Yeah.
I think.
So it's good. No, honestly, I love what I do. I love supporting local, and that's how it all started. Was mompreneurs back in the day, was supporting moms who had businesses, and I was one, and how we functioned and marriage and kids and everything. And then Instagram came, so I'm let me jump on that bandwagon really quick, and
Yeah.
that became the next best thing. And website, it was just. I love it. I love our community, and I love supporting local, and everybody followed along.
Yeah.
And it's still growing, really. Your momentum hasn't slowed down. You basically have a legacy at this point. I feel like if you could be on Instagram for longer than 3 years, you are established, you have a legacy, and you just keep going. And you've evolved with the times.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important to know that you have evolved to adjust to, the influencer craze and COVID. That was its own.
I was at my peak before COVID, and then I had the store, opened the store, so
Yeah.
that kind of consumed me a bit more, and I focused more on in-person supporting local as opposed to online. I did both, but the store became my world, and then COVID happened, and it was great for the business at one point, but influencing changed, right? The whole dynamic, it became more of a fashion show, and I was just, that's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have great fashion.
Thank you.
Don't get me wrong.
Thank
Your
you.
fashion
I
is
don't
good.
go there. I don't. It's
Yeah.
I'll create content with it, but it's what I genuinely wear.
Yes.
I don't go buy the shit just to make content and
That's-
then return it.
Yeah, that's
me.
one thing I've noticed about you. Sometimes you'll post just got this from my closet.
Yeah.
It's 3
Yeah.
years old. You don't need to go buy something on Amazon, brand new, ladies. And it's a reminder that I think we need with this overconsumption society that we live in right now.
Yeah, it's
So
bad.
above being, well, not above, that's the wrong word. You're obviously a face to a brand, right? I would say that you as a person are a brand. But you also are a mom.
Yes.
You're not just Bon Moms, the brand. You are a mom, and you have 3 beautiful children. 1 boy, 2 girls.
Yes.
How old
Yes.
are they?
Yeah.
So Bella is 21, Joey's turning 20, and Sophia just turned 15.
Nice.
So,
I was young.
she doesn't have babies like we do.
No.
We're still in we're in our own, you're in your different type of
Yeah.
trench. Because I don't want to say
Yes.
that you're out of the trench.
No.
I feel like
You're
as a
always
mother,
on.
you're always in
Yeah.
a trench. But let's talk about how your trench is different than maybe mine and Amanda's. Where
So how
we're,
old are your kids?
so I got a
2.
5 and 2,
Yeah.
and she has 2.
2.
So we're
I
the
love
baby
that.
trenches.
Yes, I love
Child.
But you have now,
You've been through
Teen.
elementary school,
Yeah.
high school, and now post-secondary if they are choosing to do that or working.
Bella's at Ryerson, Joey's working, Sophie's in high school now.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit how that is, being a mother, 2 teenagers, on top of the fact of, being your own brand.
So things have changed. As they grow, kids don't want to be on social media anymore. It's like a forbidden thing. I said, no, don't get me in there. And so it's kind of changed also the content that I put out there because I can't put them in there anymore. And I kind of have to bribe them sometimes. I'm like, hey, I got to do something and I need my kids involved. I'll get you like $100 gift card, or I'll buy you something. You know what I mean?
New Nikes?
Yeah,
They
like
don't
so
want the
they
atten-
don't.
the
They don't want to be
attention.
seen, and you know, there was an unfortunate event once because of it. So you know, Sophia was bullied when she was in grade 8, and they took some content that I had on my social media of her in a bathing suit. And prior to that, I had already taken off 95% of almost everything of my kids on my Gone Moms platform because I look back and I'm like, you know what? My kids, they don't need to see my kids when they were 8 years old and now they're 15, right?
Yeah.
It's content they don't need to see anymore, but it's also, I don't want that footprint of my kids also being there as well.
Yeah.
So I went back and I deleted quite a lot of stuff.
Wow.
That snuck in there. I missed it because it was hidden in a carousel. So,
wow.
so even when they were referring to it, I had to go back and where is this? Because I deleted everything.
Yeah.
So we found it in it was a Wonderland ad, like Wonderland campaign I had with them that Sophia was in there. She was wearing her bathing suit and she was at a stage in her life where she wasn't comfortable with the way she looks. You know, she's very different now. They took that and they made fun of her.
Wow.
And they mocked her with it. And when you hear your kids, like you guys hear crying pain now, but when you hear them, the suffering, the embarrassment, the pain in their voice when they're crying, it hits you so differently. It literally breaks
not
you.
like you can make that go away, right? Like,
well, I did. Patricia, I did.
Yeah.
No, I
But, well, for us comic folks.
No, I got Mama Bear. I turned Mama Bear.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
went onto Instagram and I'm like, you girls are watching me. Obviously, you're watching my content, and I'm gonna let you hear it now. So I literally did a whole story about it, and I'm like, I'm coming after you. So I went after the principal. I even got a hold of Stephen Lecce, and I said, this is not acceptable. What are we doing in the schools to prevent this? Yeah. What is her consequence for this? Because I'm not resting unless there is a consequence.
Wow.
So, you know, you figure things out, and they're like, oh, she's done this before. You know, they even suggested to go to the cops. And I'm like, look, I'm not that crazy. I said, but if it happens again, I will. So, the Mama Bear comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. Has you, like, you being so public, aside from obviously this incident, has it affect your children? Do they get, like, a lot of kind of, like,
attention,
like, you know, like, stupidity, unfortunately?
So, you know, Bella works at Aritzia, for example, and she will always get people walking through the door, and they're like, sometimes I'll be like, you look familiar. Where do I know you from? And the first thing she'll be like, you follow One Moms. Yes, that's where it's from. Oh, so they get that everywhere they go. They do get, oh, you're Sophia, you're Patricia's daughter, and they'll get that. And they don't, it's not the end of the world. They appreciate, they've benefited from Von Moms. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They know how hard I've worked for Von Moms, so they know the value. They know how much heart I put into it, so they appreciate that. So it doesn't bother them.
Okay.
It's more now. Like, I can't really put a full photo of Sophia or Bella. They want to see it ahead of time and, you know, then take it off after a couple of weeks.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the respect. I owe them that respect, too. When they're kids, you're like, look, shit, it's okay. I fed you. You're good. Like, it's different. Whereas now, we owe them that respect and ask them permission. You know, is it okay if I post this? You know, I have to do a campaign this weekend with Upper Canada. I'm like, so I'll get you a gift card in exchange. Just come with me. I'll try not to get your face. I'm respective of how she wants to be
portrayed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so,
fair.
and I mentioned that when I talk to brands, I'm like, this is how it is with my kids, and you can take it how I give it to you, or we don't do it at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on these influencers who are basically banking on their kids? Because I know you love to talk about influencers, so let's talk about them. Because I have my own thoughts, but we can get into that.
I'm going to say to each their own when it comes to their kids.
Yeah.
I can give you a whole list of other shit we can talk about, but
okay.
maybe another day. But when it comes to your kids, I feel like as a parent, you have the right to kind of decide how you want to put it out there. Will it come back to bite you in the future? Maybe. You know what I mean? Like I said, I put them out all the time. Everything I did was my kids because I was a family content creator. Yeah. And people wanted to see my family. I had moments with Ange at one point where Ange was like the highlight of everything. And
it's true. That was a good series.
Yeah, they loved Angelo, right? But even then, at one point, I'm just like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want it. And and you have to respect that. So right now, they're not getting any backlash from their kids. So they're doing it, and it works for them, and they're getting paid. They're supporting their family through it.
Yeah.
I can respect that. Whether people go overboard? I'm sure they do go overboard. I'm sure there's a lot of people who do take advantage of it. I'm not one to judge that kind of stuff because they're the parent and you have the right to decide
what you think is best. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. And
you might not agree, and we might not agree with how, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your kids, you have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ownership and right, and I can't judge you otherwise, sorry.
So, like, now let's talk about, they were little, now they're basically driving on their own, doing their own things, coming and going, basically probably using your house as like a hotel, only stay there to sleep. What's that like as a mother? Because I know you love your children. Like even though you don't post about them, you can still tell that, the love is there. You always support them. So how has your motherhood journey changed? And how do you feel about that change?
Well, I had them young. So I was 22 when I had Bella. Like,
oh, wow.
23 actually when I had Bella. So I was really young.
You were big.
Which is okay. Like I say to people, like I look at my friends, for example, I had them young. They partied in their 20s. They went to clubs. They traveled. Yeah. I was momming. I was doing my whole mom thing. And I loved it because I love kids. And it was what I wanted. Mm-hmm. And I look now and we're in our 40s. And I'm like, you're still momming. And I'm getting to enjoy my life right now.
True.
So when you're young, you're going to have to balance it out and say, do you want to start young and enjoy later? Or do you want to start later, like enjoy now and start later?
Yeah.
So I chose that route. And I don't regret it whatsoever. Mm-hmm. But it is very different. You know what I mean? Again, this was 2000s when they were babies, right? There was no social media. There was, I was making bows from what was it, Gymboree. I would get like pieces from the dollar store. We made Isabella's first bow when she came out of the hospital where, it's different. Everything's different.
Yeah.
But raising them, like dinner, for example, you can tell your kids this is what's for dinner and there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Now it's like, I don't eat lamb and I don't eat peas and I don't eat that. And I'm like,
I feel like my 2-year-old does that.
Yeah. Yes, they do, but they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Whereas, I can't force them to eat. Or it's on the.
Or even in your case, they might not even be home for dinner.
Yeah. Well, between work, and school and after school, and no, it's always a mismatch. We do manage to eat dinner together most nights. I'm going to say most nights, thank God.
Good.
And we live up there now. I've been bumfuck nowhere, so
it's so nice there.
I love it.
It is very nice. But my sister's going there.
When you talk to people from Vaughan, it's like, wow, that's so far. I'm like, no, it's really 20 minutes, but I love it there. But they don't have, they don't go out the way they would if they were in Vaughan, where all their friends are still here. Yeah. So it's a bit of a travel. So they're home a lot of the time too. So we do a lot of stuff at home, or I like to go traveling, like to Niagara Falls or up north, and we do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's a very different world, and you will learn as moms to adjust to their lifestyle just the same way they adjust to yours.
Okay.
So you get a new job or you move houses, they adjust to your lifestyle. You do the same as they grow up. So when they might find interest in different sports or learning, you adjust to their lifestyle when it comes to that stuff.
Do you find parenting like harder or easier now that they're older?
They said it to me when I was younger. And now I'm going to relay it. Small kids, small problems. Big kids, big problems.
I'm asking more so because my mom made a comment. So I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's less issues when they're bigger, but when they do have an issue, it's more problematic. It's more emotionally draining and takes longer to deal with. And it's not about, okay, now you have to do this. You're telling your kid what to do at your stage in your life. Yeah. Whereas mine is, I need to understand what they want and try to make it work. It's very different. So you're micromanaging a lot more as you get older.
Yeah. And I feel like even their needs sometimes get a little bit bigger because now it's like, I need
a
car.
I
need a cell phone.
Everything. Yeah.
They're becoming adults, right?
So yeah. Small kids, small problems. Everything is bigger as they get older.
So what tips would you have for maybe someone who's listening that has maybe a preteen, maybe a full-blown teenager? Is there anything that you could give us maybe to prep us?
What do I don't, me and Andrew are more good cop, bad cop. He's the bad cop, I'm the good cop. So I've always made sure that I have a relationship with my girls and my son, my girls and my son. The boys are different. Again, boys and girls are very different. But they know, and I've always said to them, no matter what, you get in trouble, you break the law, you do something, come to me. Because I'm the only person in this world that's going to help you. I might be mad about it, I might be disappointed, I'm always going to love you no matter what. So anytime there's an issue, they know to come to me. They don't like hide it. If they want to vape or smoke or drug, they have that conversation with me, which and I guess maybe it's an age thing too, because I am a younger mom, so they maybe feel a little bit more comfortable talking to me. Where Andrew's 8 years older than me, so he's more of a parent than, in a sense, like to them.
I think it could be because also like you had that conversation with them and let them know that you were like a safe person that they could go to, right? Like I can say that I've never, like growing up as a teenager, my mom never said to me like, if you need anything, call me. So I never did when something would happen. And it wasn't that I didn't think my mom wouldn't be there for me. It was more so I was scared to get in trouble, honestly. And I told her stories in my 20s, and she was like, why didn't you call me? And I said, I thought I'd get in trouble.
Yeah, we grew up on fear, right?
Yeah.
Our whole generation, our culture especially, was, you know what I mean? Like, you were always afraid. You lived in fear.
Like, disappointing your parent was, like, worse than, like, having your arm severed. Like, it was crazy. Like, if they felt some type of way, that was worse than, like, smashing your car.
Yeah. And what, they used to, like, send us to a room, whereas now it's, like, the kids want to go in their room. I have to take them out of my room. Like, like, it's so different. Teenagers live in their room. I have to now find ways to get them out of their room to just hang out or just go out or just do something and something a hermit. Whereas before it's different.
Let's talk. So I keep always seeing things like our generation would like go out all the time, but apparently now like this new generation, like they just want to be homebodies. They just want to be left
on their
alone.
phones, I guess.
Like, they're watching TV. They're on their phones. Like they're living on their phones, watching TikTok, Snapchat. That's what they do.
I'm curious too, like what, because you have two that are over 19, like they don't go downtown to clubs. Like, is that like a thing anymore? Clubs, bars, like
more
do they
bars,
have a social life in that aspect?
My weekends were stacked.
I know.
It's not. It's very different. No, very different. And again, look where we live, right?
Yeah.
So for them, a lot of their friends are still Vaughan based, and like my kids don't have a car yet. Like I'm not one of those rich parents that say, here, you turn 16, here's a car. There's nothing wrong with that. If I could afford it, I would.
Yeah.
But they have to go out when I don't need a car or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But their friends mainly are down here, so they have to go all the way up there to pick them up or Uber it back. Like so they're still living. So they're like, and my JoJo's cheap. AF, like cheap. So he's like, Uber, no, that's like $60. I can use that for something else.
Well, I mean, that's good.
It's
prioritizing.
He's making fun of it, but it's good.
Secretly, you're like, yes, don't leave the house. Say limit.
So, and I'm kind of happy. You know what I mean? Like they don't go. But I don't know if the kids at this generation are clubbing the way we used to.
Yeah.
I feel like not even
so.
close.
I never know.
Like bar hopping, they still do. I think they go to bars. They might go to a club just to pass by, but it's not like. We used to go like Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
All of our clubs are now condos.
Yeah.
So they don't even exist anymore.
So
that play place that I went to used to be Body English. Oh. And that was a play place.
So I actually went to a club last weekend, guys. And do you want to know what I wore? Because I feel like it needs to be said. I wore baggy jeans, a t-shirt, and runners.
You would not be anywhere allowed.
What today's generation wears to clubs.
Yeah.
Like, I can wear
back in our day,
runners.
you would be shunned.
Yeah, I wore like literally. I look better right now than I did at the club.
It's true. But what was your favorite store? Like I lived for Costa Blanca.
Oh my god! I totally forgot about that.
That
was good. I mean, I was very into Forever 21 when it came because it was just. Everything was like less than $10.
Yeah.
Back then I did. Now I definitely do not. So
Costa
Blanca was the shit. Yeah, that was
an
good.
extra large in there sometimes.
I know. I think Forever 21 only went to large.
Like medium size, small, medium. They had. It was like
Oh my god! And the shoes were big. The hair was big. Everything was just big.
It's funny though because it's all coming back now. Like a lot of the fashion that we wore, which again is so ironic because in the 90s, when the 70s came back and it was our parents saying, I used to wear those.
Oh, my mom, I should have just kept what I had.
And I'm saying the same thing and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I know I've heard this before. My mother said this. You hear it again. Yeah. And it's so funny. And because we share clothes. Me and my girls share clothes now, right? Which I love. It's like 3 times the wardrobe, but, you know.
That's awesome.
There's pros and there's more pros than there is cons.
Yeah. So what does like quality time with your kids look like to you now?
I love road tripping. We listen to Mamma Mia. We put old school 90s music on, even some new generation stuff. Like a month ago, we went down to Niagara Falls just for a donut place. I'm like, let's go. I'm craving. I'm looking at these donuts on TikTok. Let's go for a drive.
You have to go back for the Boston cream. I did tell you that.
Yeah,
so there you go. Put that on the list.
And they were so good. It was like
those were
the
good.
drive to Niagara. But we love doing that. I love road tripping with them and just finding vintage stores. We love thrifting together, me and the girls. Me and Joey, what do we really do? You want to laugh? Don't laugh. Oh my God. We gamble online.
Sick.
No,
seriously, he likes the casino.
Let's do it.
So, instead of going to the casino, we do like the bet or the score, and we put $50 each. Or we'll go to like the gas station and get like scratch tickets, and we do that. It's different with boys. You know what I mean? It's like a different thing.
So this is the thing. Like, we're boy mamas.
Yeah.
We have no girls.
Oh,
And everyone's always like, oh, like mama's boy mama, and that's kind of like
It's
always
okay.
like boy mom, or like boy moms are a certain way because like
Yes.
they're like secretly in love with their child or whatever. So how does I guess it goes from like that clingy boy mama to what?
So they're gonna hit a stage. I'm gonna say seven.
Seven?
That's a little young.
No,
You understand 17.
They hit the stage where, yes, it's all mama, they're mama's boys, but then dad takes over. They become infatuated with dad. It's a male thing. They do more sports with them, and again, depending on the father figure in their life, it just happens. Mama's always going to be there. Mama's like their safety board, their comfort zone. Mama's going to be, but they switch gears and they're pro dad. Pro dad. Dad can do no wrong. Dad's everything. And it's not until, and Joey hasn't hit that stage yet, when they get to their 20s, when they meet a girl, then it comes back to mama. Then it comes back to us.
Okay.
Have any of your kids dated? Like, have you had to deal with like broken hearts or
No.
anything like that yet?
Nope.
Okay.
No. Again, it's the generation now. There's, I don't think it's like it was with us. Everything's text. Everything's like, not even text. It's like snap. Like that's
Yeah.
the conversation.
Snapchat,
yeah.
Like everything's snap.
It's all of
Right?
Yes.
And if they are talking to somebody, then it's more like, it's very private between them. They don't bring them home anymore. They don't do that kind of stuff like we did. And, let me show dad who he is so that I can go to the movies with them or whatever. No, it's I'm going to the movies with my friend. Oh, yeah, he just happened to be there.
Yeah.
Very
It's
different,
scripted,
right?
so those
Yeah, and it is a lot of friend stuff as opposed to just individuals. You know what I mean? So it's changed from growing up how we grew up. Parenting's opposite. Just throw that out the window. Whatever
Wow.
you did as a teenager is not any close to what it is now.
all right, so there's
I'm
hope.
like thinking.
I'm like, I think I'm okay with that.
Not in a good way though.
Oh,
That's a lot as a
Yeah, I was
so
kinda-
vaping. My kids.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, we dealt with smoking back then. It was our generation was smoked. I never did, but like people smoked,
Yeah.
right? Now it's vaping, and
Vaping's like so bad for you.
my two older ones both vape. Yeah,
Mm.
and and we couldn't control it. We could not stop it, and
Yeah.
we were the type of parents where we wanted to experience the bad stuff with our kids first.
Yeah.
We wanted to show them the negatives with doing and the consequences with doing shit like that.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So vaping wasn't. I didn't smoke. I didn't understand. Angelo smokes, and he was more stingent on them to not do it. And I feel like the more he did, the more they wanted to.
Oh, okay.
And it became the cool thing. Vaping is now, well, I guess how weed was for us back in
Yeah.
the day. When parents were
Mm.
freaking out, and it's just weed.
Yeah.
It does nothing.
Yeah. Vaping's
Whereas
safe.
now, weed's normalized for kids now. Like,
Yeah.
and vaping it's normalized for them. So, like, those are remember I said little problems, little kids, big problems. These are the big problems we have to deal with
Yeah.
as they get
yeah.
older. And again, it's like our parents. Are you hiding it from us? I'd rather you tell me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to hide. I'm not going to enable you.
Yeah,
I'm not
'cause,
going to encourage
God
you.
forbid,
But I
whatever.
want to know. I don't want you to hide that shit from me. Tell me why you're doing it. Like, you know what I mean? When are you doing it? What's the need? Have those conversations. And at some point, as they get older, you can't do anything about it because you're just going to push them to it even more.
Yeah.
So, yes, my kids don't drink, thankfully. They're not alcoholics. I don't find like they like to drink, but I like to drink with them. Like,
Yeah.
we got to drink wine together.
Yeah.
And Jojo will do shots together if they play poker. Like,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want them to have to feel comfortable to do it in their house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not teaching them to be alcoholics. I'm not teaching them to.
Not like us. We were like in alleys or someone's
Exactly.
garage.
Yeah. That's honestly what we used to do.
Yeah.
Actually,
So-
I was grateful. My mom, we had like an open door policy. We were like the hangout house growing up.
Yeah.
That was my husband's house.
She said she liked it because she always knew
Yeah.
what we were doing,
Exactly.
right? She's like, I always knew what you guys were doing because you always had people over,
Yeah.
so they were watching, right?
Bella one year, think it was like 3 years. She's gonna kill me. Hopefully she doesn't hear this. Hopefully I don't send this to her.
Maybe she won't listen this
Yeah.
far in. She'll only listen to like the first 5 minutes.
This is too boring. I'm off. Anyway, so she goes, I want to have a party, a house party. I'm like, the fuck not in my house. Nobody's having a house party. I work hard for this shit. I don't give a shit. Nuh-uh. Use the garage. And so I gave them the garage.
Okay.
Right? So it was all her friends, and I didn't think they were going to come dressed in costume, but they came dressed in costume.
Oh, it was like a Halloween party?
Yeah, it was for Halloween.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So it was just all her girlfriends, right? And I'm like, okay, sure. So they came literally dressed up like tiny tutus, wings.
Oh,
I'm
like they committed
so
to
you're
the bit.
outside in the garage, cover yourself smoking up. Like, that's just ridiculous. There's no guys here to impress. Whatever. They had fun. I don't care. I can't judge. My daughter went as Pulp Fiction, the girl from Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
Okay. So there was some alcohol there, but I knew it was there, right? And I said, Val, take it easy. Just, have some fun. The music was loud. The airheads that they are, we had the little fire pit, the fire pits outside. They put it on in the thing to keep warm. And I'm like, guys, we're in a garage. You can only use so much of it without dying.
Make sure you open up something.
So anyways, I left them alone. We literally left them alone. I didn't even check on them because I trusted my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I think I trusted too much. So they got ruined. Ruined to the point where one girl passed out.
Oh, shit.
And I had to drive her home to her parents' house. Like, we called her sister to try to get her, but her sister was already at a Halloween party downtown.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, shit. So I picked it, we got her, put her in the car, and I drove her to her parents' house. And because I couldn't just drop her off either, because what if she went up the stairs and something happened?
Yeah,
what if she puked? Like, I'm responsible for this child while you're here. So, anyway, so I brought it to the parents, and they lost it on me. Like, they...
Really?
Oh, yeah, they lost it on me.
I'm shocked.
Irresponsible of you. Don't you monitor your kids? They went all cray-cray on me. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, that's all I can say is I apologize. I did trust my daughter, and I'm sure you trusted yours, too. I gave them a little leeway to have a drink or two, and I would rather them had this drink or two in my house than some guy's house, some stranger's house. Who the hell knows? But it was in my house. And, you know what I mean?
You took the L on
right?
that one.
So,
I just feel like sometimes parents need to blame someone else. Sorry, I'm going to say it. Because really, no, your daughter's old enough, and she made a choice. We were we were teens. I know what I used to do as a teen.
Yeah.
I would never blame another mom for my son getting drunk.
Yeah. My daughter took ownership in a sense. Like, she apologized. She did learn her lesson. Can I tell you this though? She learned her lesson. When I say now watching her drink and her drinking with friends, she tells me she does never ever go that far. She knows her limits. It was a lesson.
It was
you need to do it once.
Exactly. And I'm glad that once was in my house.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I don't throw it in her face anymore.
Yeah,
we joke about it every once in a while. I'm like, you gonna go tipsy like Halloween time. Like, we throw it like
You're getting
no,
a running joke now.
But it's not traumatizing. I'm not mad at her. It happened. You know what I mean? It's fine. It's life. Again,
everyone does
big
it.
kids, big problems.
Honestly,
right?
some things, you just have to experience.
Yeah. And that's it. So I'm humbled and grateful and blessed that we are all healthy and happy people. And in life, that's what's going to happen. You're going to come across issues and things that the kids do. And as parents, it's up to us to say how this situation is going to be handled. You can scream, beat the fuck out of them. There's people who do all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
My main goal with my kids is to always make sure there's that open line of communication. I want you to know how I feel about what happened, but tell me how you feel. And that's it. Have it. It's done. Move on with your life. Yeah, she was grounded. She got grounded. Don't get me wrong. She got, had her consequences.
Yeah.
But she knows never to do. She mixed something and it got weird. Somebody actually had somebody actually had brought another bottle and it became more because what I had there it was like juice and fucking like vodka.
Yeah.
So I didn't know somebody brought something else in.
Yeah.
And it affected everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they were puking in my bathroom. I was like, you will go mama mode, right?
Yeah.
You take care of them. I'm like, okay, can you get her sister, pick her up, figure this out?
Yeah.
It happened. It was done, but that's life. Those are the things.
It is life.
True.
Yeah, it is life.
So, kids aside, what is Patty doing now?
Oh, God.
What is Patty's future? Because now you have older children, so, you don't
More
have to...
right?
Yeah, but I've always been independent. I've trained. Oh my God. I've raised.
I've trained!
Wow.
I run a tight ship!
I've raised my kids to be very independent. So even when it came to lunches, they made their own lunches.
Yeah.
I provided the food, but I taught them, you make it, because I would make stuff and they wouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
So make what you want to eat and there's no issues anymore.
Yeah.
Done. They do the dishes. They do their laundry now, my kids. They clean their rooms.
Good.
They are responsible for themselves as adults.
Yeah.
Yes, I still cook dinner, but even then, I'm not home. Hey, Jojo, can you put on some steak, boil some potatoes? I can tell them what to do and they can do it, and by the time I get home, it's prepared. And they're
Yeah.
okay with that.
Yeah.
You're like a team. Your
Exactly.
family's like a team now, right?
Exactly. I never spoiled my kids and gave them everything they wanted and did everything for them. I was never that type
They
of
weren't
mom.
like coddled,
Yeah.
we'll say.
If they wanted something, they had to earn it.
Yeah.
That's how I raised my kids.
Yeah. And it
It's
honestly,
fine.
but it
No.
teaches them value
Yeah.
of things because, like, even I'm gonna compare myself. I remember wanting a cell phone. My mom's like, "Go get a job,"
Yeah.
and I did. I got a job at 15, and then having that job, I wanted a TNA sweater, and it was $75, and I said I have to work eight hours to pay off this sweater, and I didn't buy myself the sweater because I said to myself, like,
Good
I want
job.
to work.
yeah, I mean, 8 hours for one piece of clothing.
Yeah.
Or you could have beat the system, worked at Doritzia, then probably got it cheaper.
Could have done that too.
That's what Bella does.
See?
That's
That was always my thing. I always had jobs where I liked the stuff,
Yeah.
so I would get it cheaper. That's how
I was
you-
a lifeguard. I had a good
Oh.
job. Like,
That was a
that's
good job.
When I met Ange, I had 3 jobs. I was working the bank, so TD Bank at Pine Valley and Saturn. Club Monaco, remember Club Monaco?
I just went to Club Monaco today,
The
actually.
Toys, remember it was where the Toys R Us
Yeah.
was, so I worked there. And then part-time at that party place. Remember Woodbridge Party? I remember. I used to
City,
rent
party packagers.
No, Woodbridge Party is called.
Oh.
It's still alive. It's still here.
Yeah.
But you could rent costumes. And again, they didn't have party packagers in all these places back in the 90s
Yeah.
and 2000s. Like, they didn't have them.
Yeah.
So rental costumes were what people were doing for Halloween back then.
Oh.
So I worked there. So I would work like all three jobs within the week, and you know what I mean? And then I had time for Ange. Now you're lucky if they I worked 5 hours. I'm so tired. I need to go to sleep. I need to take a shower. I need to rest. Dude, are you kidding me? No, there's the dishwasher. The floor has to be washed, and then you can go to bed.
like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what
It's
happened.
Crazy, right?
It went from like hustle culture to like me first,
Well,
and then
COVID didn't help.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just we
There's
can blame
a
a
lot
lot
of
of shit on
for-
COVID, right?
Yeah.
But I don't remember what the question was. What was the
So you had the store.
Yes. What am I doing now?
Yes.
Okay.
What are we doing now?
So yes, I closed the store, and I don't know. I still love social media, so I do social media for companies. I do their social media for them. I work right now for Mint Inc., which is a sports card hobby store, which I love. It's weird to say.
No, it's really fun there. We went. I went because of you.
Yeah.
Like my kid loved it there. He ended up winning like a lot of prizes.
Yeah. But just the joy of collecting and, learning about the sports. There's like Pokemon stuff, there's sports stuff. Now there's like nostalgic stuff from our generation, like Saturday morning cards. And I'm like involved in. I watch TikToks and all my feeds are like sports cards and collectible stuff. And I'm like, what's happening to me? It went from like fashion and beauty
My
to,
algorithm's broken.
it's so different right now, which is fun, but I love it. So what am I doing? I'm still exploring. I still want to see what's out there for me. I love supporting small businesses. I love helping a business grow on social media, in person. And I love it, and I don't know how to explain it any other way. But I don't know what the future holds for me just yet. I don't know. We'll see where.
Just going with the flow.
Yeah, like Von Moms is there, and I'm just authentically me on that. I don't buy clothes to post. I post what I wear.
Yeah.
I buy because I like. I do have a shopping addiction. I'm not gonna lie, but I've always had that. Like I've always. That for me is my endorphin. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't gamble. I shop. That's my endorphin for me, right?
Yeah.
So, other than that, it's just about being me. And I've downsized big time from. I used to be every day, there's hundreds of stories at a time. Your kids aren't interested anymore. I'm not visiting businesses anymore. Everything's digital now. Everything's about looks.
It's curated.
Yes,
it's
and
you have to take the time. It's not like I remember before, like you were very like, here I am. This is what I'm putting. Here I am. And now it's all curated.
Videos, like editing cuts. And I agree with you. It's just like I want to, hey, come on camera, deal with it on the spot, and then like that's it. But now everything's edited, scripted. Yeah.
So it's changed, and I try to keep it. It's whatever now.
Yeah.
I don't focus. I don't.
You're just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if people don't like it, it's okay. And one thing I've learned is my opinions, and I shouldn't put content out to please other people. My content is my content. This is my platform.
Yeah.
This is me. And if you don't like what I wear or what I say or what I do, that's okay.
Yeah.
But don't come at me for it.
Yeah.
don't. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to judge you on your ugly hairstyle. Don't judge me on mine. Like, it's not.
I love your hair.
Stop.
I love your hair. It looks great. It does
I'm
look
just
good.
in general, like, people just
Yeah,
have nothing better to do.
I think, honestly, sometimes social media, I'm going to do quotation marks for those who are not watching, made it okay to become bullies.
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems to have bred a culture of bullying. And it's like, oh, if I hide behind this screen, I could judge this person that I don't know that's only showing me 15 seconds of their life, which is stupid, but once again could be its own topic on itself.
Yeah, I mean, I can touch on this too. The fact that someone can go and spend 10 seconds out of their life and write something negative to someone, it just shows their true colors, because I don't have time to watch someone's video and leave a negative comment that person will probably think about all day and, like, affect them that way. Like, that just shows what type of person you are.
You posted today the quote about kindness.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is the good takeaway here, that just always lead with kindness.
Yeah.
There's a real person behind the screen. She's real. She's human. She has feelings. She has skin. If you cut her, she will bleed. Like, it is what it is. Like, be kind, especially to people you don't know. Like, there's no benefit in being an asshole.
Just swipe away.
Yeah.
You don't like what you see.
Or unfollow, block.
Yeah. There's tons
mind.
of things in place. Yeah. That's how we started. You said you block and unfollow. This is how we're going to end. You block and unfollow. That's the moral. Patty, thank you so much for chatting with us. This was so fun. I hope everyone enjoyed listening. Like, follow, share, do what you have to do. And yeah, thank you again.
Thank you
for having me, guys.
Thank you. Until next time.
See you.